Well, shaking folks, back with another reaction, and I've decided I wanted to keep up with the electronic reactions. I know I said the last month or so that I was waiting to get back to this deep dive until I finished off the Smiths, but I realized there's non-album tracks of the Smiths still to come. I know that Hatful of Hollow compilation, I think it is, I haven't touched at all, so yeah, bottom line, there's enough Smiths left that I felt like, you know what, I want to keep the electronic reactions somewhat ongoing while we're waiting to finish the Smith, so it's not completely disconnected, multiple months in between. So it's close to 2 months since I did the last one, so I figured, as I said, let's get back to electronic, and we'll continue through it, if at a slightly slower pace than Smiths. I'll try to do like 2 Smiths reactions for every electronic reaction until we finish the Smiths, and then we can jump over and go through this. And I think there's another electronic album after this, right? But we are going back to the self-titled debut, 1991. Again, this is Bernard Sumner of Joy Division and New Order with Johnny Marr of the Smiths. I believe a number of the tracks feature and/or were produced in assistance with Neil Tennant. But yeah, we're up to a tune called Soviet. It's a single word title. Obviously, it makes you think about the Soviet Union, about the Cold War, about both domestic internal affairs for the Soviet Union as well as its position internationally in a bipolar world and so on. But a Soviet can mean a Soviet citizen. It could mean all things cultural and social and or political that were part of the Soviet Union or that characterize the Soviet Union. I feel like it could look at it, more historically or just as like a character or a concept, and it's not so much about the Cold War or the actual history of the Soviet Union. It could just be a framing, if you will. Then again, I am aware that this group, by and large, is a bit more dance or at least electronic oriented. So that makes me wonder, and again, not that electronic tunes or dance tunes even can't have political content or anything, but I feel like it's less likely to be in that way given what I understand this project to be about. So I guess we'll find out. This is electronic, the tune is Soviet, and it's from the 1991 self-titled album. Orchestral, not dance oriented. Seemingly an instrumental, not just not dance oriented, and also very short, as it turns out. Wow, that's fascinating. And again, or not again, but in a way, I feel like it's a perfect re-entry into the electronic self-titled album, in that it's something I really didn't expect. But that is partially a product of me only having gotten ankle deep into the waters of their music and this album. So yeah, obviously my understanding of what this project is and what this album is has now just been amended and expanded. Not that I didn't think there would be variety, but yeah, this isn't the type of tune I would expect given what I was thinking, and to some extent what people have said. And again, that may just be me interpreting what people wrote in the wrong direction or too far, etc. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by that. It was a bit short, but like I said, with an atmospheric piece like that, obviously, there's no clear like roadmap for exactly, because like a pop song, okay, 2.5, 3.5 minutes, that's your radio cut. Maybe the album cut will be like a minute longer, but there's like a formula, or at the very least, tendencies or regularities. But for a really atmospheric piece of music that's sort of score-like, I feel like it's a bit more open. So I was surprised to hear it be that short, and yet I don't think it was necessarily, a problem or that it didn't really work. But yeah, like I said, it felt like something you could see in a movie, or a TV show. It really had that type of theatrical feel to it. And yeah, I don't know. I suppose some of those melodic motifs could be related to Soviet music. It feels like in a title that I still don't know how to interpret, given that it didn't actually have lyrics and wasn't at least overtly in any way related to actual Soviet history or politics, whatever. But like I said, maybe there's a connection in some of those musical layers that, because of my own ignorance, I just don't know how to link. Nevertheless, a cool tune, and one that, as I said, surprised me, and that's always an enjoyable experience when I do these reactions. So at this point, Luca, I do apologize. I am going to have to get up. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you're cool with the plan to go through maybe twice as many Smiths tracks as electronic until we finish off the Smiths journey, and then we can go to this, which I think there's only a couple albums. Let me check. Since I have this out right now, I opened their Discogs page just because I wanted to make sure. I was like, is it 91? Okay, so 3 albums. It looks like there's 3 albums. So yeah, obviously some more to go, and we'll have to see all the variations of what they do. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by this, and so now my understanding of where this is going is a bit more unclear. So in any case, let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Peace.